My journey began with a deep breath of crisp air as I arrived in Slovenia, a land of emerald rivers and ancient forests. The landscape unfolded beneath me, a patchwork of green valleys and winding waterways, promising adventure at every turn. The country buzzed with energy, drawing me in. In the towns, laughter echoed through cobbled squares, while just beyond, nature called out with a quieter, wilder voice. I came seeking adventure, a real test of spirit and skill. I wanted to lose myself in the unknown to see what I was truly made of. The mountains stood tall, their peaks lost in clouds, while the forests whispered promises of mystery. Every shadow and shaft of light seemed to hint at secrets waiting to be discovered. This wasn't just a place on a map, it was a challenge. The terrain itself seemed to dare me to go further, to push beyond my comfort zone. My boots were laced, my pack was light, and my heart was ready. Every piece of gear felt like a promise to myself to keep moving forward, no matter what. The forest entrance felt like a gateway to another world, sunlight filtering through a high canopy. The air shimmered with possibility, and every step felt like the start of a new story. Moss and leaves carpeted the path, inviting me deeper into the wilderness. The ground was soft beneath my feet, muffling my footsteps as I ventured further in. The air was rich with the scent of earth and pine. Each breath filled me with a sense of calm and anticipation, as if the forest itself was welcoming me. I felt both small and at home among these ancient giants. Their silent strength reminded me that I was just a visitor in a world much older than myself. My plan was simple: follow the trail, explore the ridges, and let curiosity guide my steps. I hoped to camp by a hidden lake, to wake up with the sunrise glinting off still waters, surrounded by nothing but the sounds of nature. But nature has its own rules. The weather could shift in an instant, reminding me that out here, I was never truly in control. Every step took me further from city noise and closer to the quiet wisdom of the trees. The world I left behind faded, replaced by the steady rhythm of my own footsteps. This was more than a hike. It was a pilgrimage to find something raw and real. I was searching for a connection, for a sense of belonging in the wild. Slovenia's wilderness is one of Europe's last wild places, holding stories of ancient tribes and resilient animals. Every tree and stone seemed to echo with the memory of those who came before. And so I walked on, ready to face the wild, eager to discover what secrets the Slovenian forests would reveal to me. The change was subtle at first. The trail faded beneath leaves and ferns, blending into the wild undergrowth until it was almost impossible to tell where the path ended and the forest began. Each step felt less certain, the ground soft and uneven beneath my boots. I was distracted by a rare black woodpecker, its drumming echoing through the trees like a distant call. For a moment I forgot about the trail, mesmerized by the bird's glossy feathers and the rhythmic sound that seemed to fill the silent woods. Without realizing, I wandered off the path, drawn deeper into the forest by curiosity and the promise of discovery. When I looked up, the markers were gone. Every direction looked the same, just endless trees, their trunks twisting in every direction, making it impossible to tell which way I'd come. The sun was hidden behind thick clouds and unease crept in. The light was flat and gray, making the forest feel even more closed in and unfamiliar. I tried to backtrack, but my footprints vanished on the mossy ground. The soft earth gave no clues, erasing any sign of my passage as if I'd never been there at all. The welcoming forest now felt like a maze, each turn leading only to more confusion and uncertainty. The cheerful birdsong faded, replaced by the eerie creak of branches overhead. The silence pressed in, broken only by the occasional snap of a twig beneath my feet. Panic threatened to take over, my heart pounding as I realized how quickly things had changed. I stopped, took a deep breath, and tried to quiet my mind, forcing myself to focus on the present instead of spiraling into fear. The reality hit. I was alone, with no clear path and limited supplies. My water bottle felt heavier, my backpack suddenly inadequate for the unknown night ahead. The sun dipped lower, shadows stretching across the forest floor. Soon darkness would fall, and the temperature would drop with it. Being lost strips away your confidence, but in that vulnerability, there's clarity. You're forced to confront your fears and rely on your instincts. My survival depended on my skills and my ability to stay calm. Every decision mattered, and hesitation could be costly. The adventure had truly begun. I was no longer just a visitor, I was part of the wild, and the wild was watching. I had to fight the urge to run. Panic is the real enemy in the wild. Staying calm was my only chance. I reminded myself, stay still, think, and observe. Every sound, every movement could be a clue. The forest was about to test me in ways I hadn't imagined, and I had no choice but to face whatever came next. The first emotion was cold fear, a primal instinct warning of danger. My mind raced with worst-case scenarios, but I forced myself to calm down. As I observed my surroundings, fear mixed with awe. I noticed a blue butterfly, intricate moss, and golden light filtering through the leaves. The wilderness was both threat and masterpiece. This shift in perspective was crucial. Hope became my most valuable tool, a small flame I had to protect. Each small victory, like finding a stream or edible berries, fueled my determination. I learned hope is a choice, to keep moving, to believe in survival, and to trust there's always a way out. The emotional roller coaster of despair and hope became my new reality. I was no longer just an observer, I was part of the forest. As I spent more time in the forest, its secrets unfolded. Slovenia's ancient woods are part of the Dinaric Alps with a unique karst landscape, caves, sinkholes, and underground rivers beneath my feet. The ground was a hidden world, adding mystery to every step. I saw towering firs and beeches some centuries old. Edible plants like wild garlic and berries became my food, but I stayed wary of deadly fungi. Wildlife was everywhere: roe deer, the distant hoot of an owl, and even a brown bear foraging at dusk. These encounters reminded me I was a guest in their home. The forest is steeped in history, a refuge for people for thousands of years. I imagined ancient hunters and legends born in these woods. The land felt like a living museum holding memories of generations past. This sense of history gave me strength. Humans have survived here for centuries, so could I. The forest was not just nature, but a place of deep cultural heritage. I felt connected to something timeless. The most important survival tool isn't a knife or fire starter, it's your mind. In the wild, your thoughts and attitude can mean the difference between panic and perseverance. When lost, panic is your enemy. It clouds judgment, speeds up your heart, and makes it easy to get even more disoriented. The key is to stop, think, observe, and plan. STOP. This simple method helps you regain control and focus on what matters most. I stopped walking, sat down, and took deep breaths to calm my mind. Each breath slowed my racing thoughts and helped me see the situation more clearly. I assessed my situation: a knife, empty water bottle, lighter, and the clothes on my back. Not much, but enough to start making a plan. Immediate priorities: find water, build shelter, and locate food. These basics are the foundation of survival, and focusing on them gave me direction. Breaking the challenge into small tasks made it manageable. Instead of feeling overwhelmed, I could focus on one thing at a time. I listened for water, looked for animal trails, and studied the sun's position. Every sense became sharper, tuned to the environment around me. The forest is full of clues if you know how to read them. Broken branches, animal tracks, and even the way moss grows can guide your way. Careful observation turned the unknown into a landscape of resources. What once felt threatening now offered possibilities for survival. My plan: head downhill to find water, then build shelter before dark. Prioritizing tasks helped me stay focused and efficient. Having a plan, even a simple one, replaced fear with action. Each step forward was a step away from panic and toward safety. Staying calm and following STOP is the foundation of survival. It's a skill that anyone can practice, no matter their experience. It's a mindset that turns a life-threatening situation into a challenge you can manage. With the right attitude, you can adapt and overcome. I reminded myself, work with nature, not against it. The forest isn't just an obstacle, it can be an ally if you pay attention. Each step was deliberate, each decision thoughtful. I moved with purpose, not haste, trusting my instincts and observations. The wild rewards patience and clear thinking. Rushing only leads to mistakes, but calm brings clarity. I was determined to survive, one step at a time. Every small victory built my confidence. The forest demanded respect and focus. It's a place of beauty and challenge, and it tests your resolve. My mind became my greatest asset. In the end, survival is as much about mental strength as physical skill. I was ready to act, prepared to face whatever the forest had in store, knowing that calm and focus would guide me through. With a plan, I moved with purpose. Water was my first priority. Heading downhill, I listened for the faint trickle of a stream. Finding it, I filtered the water and drank deeply. A victory. Next, I searched for shelter, finding a hollow beneath a fallen tree. I reinforced it with branches and made a bed of leaves and moss. Shelter brought safety and a psychological boost. Fire was next. I gathered dry tinder, used my lighter and coaxed a flame to life. The fire's warmth and light pushed back the darkness. I reflected on these ancient skills, finding water, building shelter, making fire. Survival wasn't about heroics but method and logic. The night was long but I was safe. The forest had tested me and I had responded. Each practical step built my confidence. I realized how much we forget in modern life. In the wild, knowledge and calm are everything. Waking in my makeshift shelter, I felt a quiet confidence. The fear of yesterday was replaced by gratitude. I had survived. The sunrise through the trees was a promise of new beginnings. The forest no longer felt like a prison, but a teacher. It had tested me but also provided for me. I now saw the trees as ancient witnesses, not obstacles. My plan was clear: follow the stream, nature's highway, toward civilization. Packing up, I left no trace and set out with lighter steps. I was no longer lost, I was navigating. The shift from victim to navigator changed everything. I moved with purpose, reading the land. The experience stripped me to the essentials, revealing my true strength. The rising sun illuminated not just the forest, but a resilience within me. This journey, born from a simple mistake, became a profound lesson. The forest taught me the power of a positive mindset. Fear paralyzes, hope empowers. Attitude is the one thing we control, even when everything else is uncertain. Respect for nature deepened. I learned to take only what I needed and leave no trace. The wild is a living system we must protect. The experience stripped away distractions, revealing my strengths and weaknesses. Alone in the wilderness, I saw myself clearly. I emerged with greater self-awareness and humility. Real adventure isn't comfortable, it's risky and challenging, but that's what makes it rewarding. Getting lost became my greatest adventure, teaching me resilience and humility. Sometimes the best journeys are the ones we never planned. The forest gave me a story of survival and a lesson I'll carry forever. I left with gratitude and a renewed sense of purpose. My story is just one of countless wild tales. The call of adventure is universal. It's about seeking connection, challenge, and something real. You don't have to get lost in a forest to find it. Adventure is everywhere. Step outside your routine, say yes to the unknown. Prepare, learn, and explore the world around you. Every adventure, big or small, changes you and fills your life with stories. My journey reinforced my mission, to inspire others to get outdoors and live adventurously. The wild teaches resilience, courage, and the strength of the human spirit. I hope my story sparks your own curiosity and wonder. The world is full of amazing places. What are you waiting for? Your adventure might be in a remote wilderness or just around the corner. The greatest discovery is finding out what you're truly capable of. Never stop exploring.